All right, Knowles, how you doing?
I'm here. Hey, thanks for all the kind words I assume you were saying about me. I couldn't hear the early part of the show, but I assume it was all very nice.
I was lavishing praise. I told them to come after on your conversation tomorrow. I told them to come after you for the Catholic Church, and I want you to be personally blamed for.
I think that's fair enough. I realized that one of the unpopular realizations of this whole Catholic scandal is that the main guy to blame is the devil, and people regularly confuse me with the devil. So I think that's totally fair.
Why is that? It's just a strange resemblance.
Something about my hair, I don't know, my teeth, my fangs, I don't know.
I will say, though, I have to be kind to you. You are doing a great job on Another Kingdom. We've now done 3 episodes, right?
I think we're 3 in now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to roll. Early October, I think, is our date.
I'm really excited for this. I hope people binge the first season so that they're caught up on it.
Yeah.
But you don't really need to be. You can dive right into this. It totally holds up. The story is better this season than the first time.
This is it's a good story. Yeah.
There are not many sequels that are better than the original. It's The Godfather, right? Pocahontas. I don't know. There are a few, but this one really is so fun. And from last year, doing this in your attic while we're sweating and police sirens are going by, to now we've got some really cool stuff planned for visual aspects and sets, and it's pretty high quality, man.
The visual aspects are incredible. I mean, Rebecca Shapiro, the talented Shapiro, is
that's right.
is doing some of the. It really looks great. Anyway, but that has nothing to do with what I cruelly sent you out to today. That's to cover, what is it called? Rise for Roe?
Rise for Roe.
No, Rise for Roe.
Gee, they're so clever, though, because it's Roe v. Wade. We have to celebrate killing all those babies.
I love it. I saw there was some ice cream. Did you see that? Did you see this? The abortion ice cream from Narrow or something?
Oh, I did see this. Yes, Rocky Row, I think is what it is. Like Rocky Road, it's Rocky Row.
Well, that's good, because after you kill the children, you eat them. There's
eat them up like
nothing wrong here.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
That's right. Oh, ha ha ha! I would have given this ice cream to my little child had I. Right, exactly. I mean, it's so unbelievable.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
That they wouldn't, because it's really. I mean, it's sort of funny in this very dark way.
Right,
but they're using this symbol of childhood to celebrate killing children.
It is amazing. But it is what, I was saying this when we were talking about the Catholic scandal. It is what evil does to people. It makes them laugh at the worst things. It gives them a sense of humor about other people's suffering. It's bizarre. Bad ideas do this to people.
That is true. You see this all around with the Hollywood pedophilia scandals.
Yeah.
They're all making these crazy jokes. And this is amazing. So this event, Rise for Roe, it's going all around the country. It's being run by these 5 basically unemployable Democrat hacks. It's got, this woman, Lauren Duca, this radical abortion advocate. She writes for Teen Vogue. That's her outlet, really. Bernie Sanders' press secretary is there. Another lady, Rocketto, who runs a bunch of lefty groups. A couple others who run these lefty groups. And of course, the devil herself, Cecile Richards, is sitting around there.
Oh, is she there?
She was there, and Alyssa Milano, the actress, the former actress and now Twitter personality, was there. She dressed up like the woman from The Handmaid's Tale.
Did she really?
She did. It's real. I hope maybe we'll get the picture. It's her holding a sign, which of course the internet has had great fun with. Her frowning, looking like the lady in The Handmaid's Tale. And this is the story. The left has always relied on useful idiots from Lenin and Stalin onward. So now you've got the kind of Soros type, Cecile Richards. These aren't stupid people. These are serious people. And then you have Alyssa Milano. And Alyssa Milano, her line on all of this is, it is effing absurd that we're still fighting for abortion. If Kavanaugh is confirmed, it, quote, will literally affect everything we know to be true as American citizens.
It will really, literally affect everything we know to be true as American citizens. Boy, that's a powerful position.
That's good. I should get that job.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me. I thought mostly you were analyzing tax laws and stuff like that.
Not to leave the subject, but just for a minute, the New Yorker today ran an article in which Lawrence Tribe, the Harvard law guy, said that he was analyzing Kavanaugh's sports reporting in college to see what kind of a judge he would be. And he said, you can see he gives too much power to the executive in his references to umpires. It was like, I couldn't have made it up. It was beautiful.
He was burning them like tea leaves. He was of course, It is beyond parody now. Actually, the only person who's being honest about all of this is Chelsea Clinton with this Rise for Roe stuff, but I'll get to that in a second.
All right.
So this all took place at the El Rey Theater. You know the El Rey Theater. It's about 700-person theater in L.A.
Okay.
You would expect this big popular movement being put on by Planned Parenthood, by the pro-abortion NARAL, that it would be this big rally, right? No, of course not. It's in a 700-person theater. I don't know if they filled it up. It's unclear. To put this in perspective, I was just at Ben's live show the other day in Dallas and Phoenix. He put on just regular podcasts in a 4,000-person theater.
Wow, which was packed.
Which was utterly packed,
Yeah.
Standing room only. We had to turn people away. So that's just a sense of that. The reason why pro-abortion advocates are so diminishing in their influence is because all of the lies are being exposed. For years and years, we heard 5,000 to 10,000 women a year die from back alley illegal abortions before Roe. That isn't true. We know exactly how many women died from illegal abortions before Roe. That number's 39, not 3,900, not 39,000.
Over what period of time? 39?
One year. 39 women died from illegal abortions.
Across the country.
Across the country, and 24 women died from legal abortions that same year.
Yeah.
So now when you consider that only 20 states had legal abortion at that time, you actually realize that illegal and legal abortion were statistically just as dangerous that year.
Right. Yeah.
So
where did the 10,000 number come from?
It was pulled out of thin air, and we only know this because the man who pulled that number out of thin air admitted to it. Dr. Bernard Nathanson. He was the founder of NARAL, the biggest pro-abortion group. He had a come to Jesus moment, and he said, this is his exact quote, "It was always 5,000 to 10,000 deaths a year. I confess that I knew the figures were totally false, and I suppose the others did too if they stopped to think of it. But in the morality of our revolution, it was a useful figure widely accepted, and why go out of our way to correct it with honest statistics? The overriding concern was to get the laws eliminated. Anything within reason that had to be done was permissible."
Wow.
So this lie has been debunked by the guy who started it.
Yeah.
Then we've always heard, it's a clump of cells, it's not a human, it's a platypus or whatever these people say it is. Now we have images of 18-week-old babies sucking their thumbs in the womb.
Sure.
We have, right now you can get an abortion not just at 24, 26 weeks. There are places where you can get it far later than that.
Yeah.
And we also see that babies born at 20 weeks, 21 weeks are viable and they live. And now some of those kids are 3 or 4 years old. All of those lies come out. Chelsea Clinton, I have to give her credit where credit is due. She made the only honest argument for the Rise for Roe parade, which is that abortion has added $3.5 trillion to the economy. That's her argument. Because women have aborted their children, they entered the workforce in higher numbers, and this added money to the economy, which is why abortion is good.
Really? That's her argument?
That is her argument.
That's like the clown who said it's cut crime because most of the aborted kids are black.
That's right. That's exactly it.
These are the worst people in the country.
I actually have to give her credit, though, for just demonstrating the wickedness of that argument. She said, I know, maybe it's a baby, maybe it's this or that. But look at all the money. Look how rich we are.
Look at the money you save. Yeah, we killed babies, but look at the money you save.
It adds new meaning to that Clinton phrase, it's the economy, stupid.
Yeah, really. I mean, it is amazing that one of the top people at NARAL came over to the other side, as did Roe.
That's right. Roe herself came over and is a pro-life advocate.
Their icons desert them because they realize what they're doing. I mean,
you don't really see a lot of pro-life leaders going over to the other side. You don't see abortion survivors, of whom there are many in the country and around the world, who say, oh no, now I'm a fierce abortion advocate. It doesn't happen. It's sort of the argument I think of when it comes to the 2020 election from this advantage. From this vantage right now, we say, what votes did Trump lose? He's only gaining votes. That's kind of how I see the pro-life movement. What support has the pro-life movement lost? It's only gaining support. And don't be fooled by statistics. The country is almost evenly split on pro-life, pro-choice, but when you drill down, should abortion be legal at 35 weeks, 30 weeks, 20 weeks, 15 weeks? Should it be legal in cases outside of rape, incest, life of the mother? The numbers dwindle so significantly that the majority is with pro-life. There was a poll out at the end of last year that showed that 50% of women or something like that consider themselves pro-choice, but when you drill down to it, They really only believe that it should be legal in emergency cases, rape, incest, and threat to the health of the mother.
And it is amazing to me that they get away, the press still gets away with asking that question of dopey Republican candidates who aren't ready for prime time and boggle the question. But they just never ask the Democrats, should it be legal should you be allowed to abort your baby if it's a girl and you want a boy?
That's
they never ask that question. I mean, that's the question you ask the other side if you're a fair, honest journalist who doesn't want to take sides. I think a Republican should be able to handle the question about rape and incest, which is what, like 0.1% of abortions, or some incredibly tiny.
I mean, it's far less than 1%. All of them, rape, incest, threat to the life of the mother.
Yeah.
And they'll have to ask Chelsea. When Chelsea inevitably runs, they're going to have to ask, should we eat Irish children? Should we? They've become Swiftian in their self-satire. And obviously they'll never get the fair shake. We will never get the fair shake from the press on this. They will never push them. But even in spite of that, it seems the public opinion has shifted majorly in the direction of pro-life, which is why they can't fill a tiny theater in Los Angeles.
And the science is all on our side. I keep telling the college kids this when I speak in schools, because they ask, well, are we going to win this fight and all this? And I say, look, the science, eventually you're looking on a screen at a baby, and you can see it's a baby. You think like, maybe I shouldn't kill the baby. It's like not such a good. Listen, before I let you go, I have to ask you one question. You saw this movie. What was the name of this picture?
Sorry to bother you, and sorry it bothered me.
It got these wonderful reviews. You said it was trash, right?
Drew, that's right. I was on my sabbatical in the Rip in the Space-Time Continuum last week for my cultural segment. It was the single worst movie I have ever seen.
Really?
And I should have known that, because it had an almost perfect score, critics, on Rotten Tomatoes, and it had about a 62% under the audience score. It was so bad. It's a communist movie. The director of the movie is a self-described communist. He says it's a communist movie. And the other reason I know it's a communist movie is it's not exactly subtle. It's this clumsy, clunky movie with mediocre, I'll call some of the acting was adequate, some of it was not adequate. The writing was horrifically bad. It's anti-capitalist. It says that in free markets with economic liberty, jobs disappear and people are enslaved. Now you look around, we're at all-time high employment because we're liberating the economy a little bit. But never mind the reality of that. But you're an actual writer. I'm a best-selling author, but you're an actual writer.
Well, I put words in my book.
You put words in your book?
Yeah, my mistake, yeah.
The protagonist of this movie, his name is Cassius Green.
Oh, wow.
Do you get it?
I get it.
You get it,
That's
right?
Like, wow, that's so deep.
In case you didn't get it, he says, my nickname is Cash. So in case you didn't get it, do you know, at the end of here's a spoiler alert, doesn't matter. You're not going to go see this movie, nobody who's listening. At the end of it, they find out that the capitalist is literally turning the workers into horses. They're turning them into work horses.
Literally doing.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it? It's really, this is the sort of subtlety, Drew. I've never been able to get out of your.
Well,
your
look,
work.
at least he's not killing babies to save money. It's like,
It was really, you really must go see it just to see how horrific it is, especially because you're an artist.
I will wait until it's on Netflix. I think I don't want to give anybody any money. But he's a communist. He doesn't want my money, right?
That's right. He doesn't. Yeah. He
you got
doesn't
it for
want
free.
your
I
money.
take it. Yeah.
That's right. It is crazy to imagine if a director came out and said, "Oh, I'm a Nazi." Yeah, I'm a Nazi. No, I'm a Nazi. I'm making a Nazi movie.
Yeah.
But no, when it's communists have a lot more blood on their hands than the Nazis, and they get away with murder, literally.
What's on your show today?
So today we're going to be talking about, I don't know if you've asked this question before, Drew, but is truth truth? Is truth truth? I don't know. We're going to be talking about Mr. Mayor and explaining why his statement, which is on the face a real gotcha, obviously not true, why he actually is completely right.
He's completely right. Yeah.
He's completely right when it comes to the media, when it comes to Democratic operatives, and we're going to expose that point by point.
But at least they're honest enough not to say he stuffed women into binders. That's
That's right.
All right. Thanks a lot, Knowles. I'll talk to you later.
See you, Drew.
Bye. All right. Remember, the conversation. It's Wednesday, you said? Tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. The conversation tomorrow with Knowles. Subscribe now so you can ask him questions and make him deeply, deeply uncomfortable.